very pleased to have you with us. On the line with us right now is Daniel Berger. He is a lawyer and journalist. Berger Montague, BergerMontague.com is his website, or presumably the website of his law firm. However, the article that he wrote is over at the Huffington Post, and it's titled "Donald Trump Profile of a Sociopath." Mr. Berger, welcome to the program.
Tom, thanks. It's a great pleasure to be on the program. I have followed your readings over the years on the internet, and particularly your historical accounts of the 14th Amendment.
Well, thank you. Thank you. First of all, am I pronouncing everything right here?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Tell us about you write in your piece for the Huffington Post. It was brilliant, and it's one of the most tight, cogent, clear, analytical, accessible summaries that I've seen anywhere. We now have a member of Congress from California who has a petition up at change.org that's already got 30,000 plus signatures requesting a mental health exam for Donald Trump before he can continue to run for president. You write, the question of Trump's sanity from a clinical psychological perspective must be raised. You're not a psychologist, you're an attorney. Make your case, sir.
Well, I'm a layperson. I don't have any formal training.
In psychology?
In psychology. I, of course, have informal experience as a subject of psychological therapy. So familiar with the process. But even as a layperson, I think that Trump's behavior, so bizarre, so offensive, so insulting, and seemingly so politically self-destructive that you don't have to be a mental health professional to draw conclusions about his psychological profile and the fact that he's mentally disturbed, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, you want to give us a couple of examples why you make a statement that strong?
Well, the starting point is I have some familiarity with the criteria and superstructure of diagnostic knowledge in the area of psychiatry, sort of encapsulated in a book called the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual for psychiatry,
right,
which is a manual of the American Psychiatric Association for the purpose for clinicians to make a diagnosis of their patients, and the manual is organized around what they call personality disorders, and so part of the manual is. And they have a number of list the number of personality disorders, and I just thought that Trump's behavior, paralleled on an uncanny basis the elements of two of the personality disorders identified in what's known as the DSM. One is a narcissistic personality disorder, and the other is an antisocial personality disorder. Also
known as sociopathy or being a sociopath.
Correct. So, if you just look at the criteria for, let's say, a narcissistic personality disorder, which include such things as exaggerated self-importance, excessive need for admiration, lack of empathy, exploitive behavior, you're immediately struck by the uncanny resemblance of Trump's behavior and that particular disorder. Narcissistic personality disorder, some of the traits associated with it are arrogance, vanity, grandiosity, disdain for the opinions of others, intolerance, and a lack of empathy and remorse. And watching his behavior since last June, when he announced his candidacy for president, and his behavior, particularly during the primaries, which was absolutely appalling. And horrifying. You can see, uncanny parallels between that.
Well, apparently it wasn't appalling to at least 9% of the American population who voted for him. Could it be that, Trump is drawing other people in? The New York Times yesterday did a fascinating little 3.5-4 minute video of Trump rallies, people screaming everything from Sieg Heil to just god-awful things about Hillary Clinton, use of the N-word, use of the B-word, the C-word, et cetera, et cetera. Could it be that he has that Donald Trump's base are people who share his sociopathy, who share his personality disorder, or on the other hand, people who are suffering from other personality disorders? The one that I put at the top of that list would be borderline personality disorder, where people define their personality by a stronger figure, by somebody else. Who I am is not who I think I am, it's who that person thinks I am, or I am who I am relative to them. So, is that a possibility, do you think?
It's a possibility. I think initially his offensive, insulting behavior and his appeal was on a demagogic basis.
Yeah.
So it's possible that these people, are not sociopaths or psychopaths themselves, although many of them are. But that they're attracted to Trump's views, not because of his personality disorder, but because of the xenophobic, racist, and misogynistic, views that he was espousing, and it was appealing to the same type of views that they share.
So what do we do about this?
Well, I mean, the first step is to recognize the possibility that he is suffering from, one or more personality disorders, and what the dangers of such conditions could be.
So we need to have a national dialogue about mental illness here in the context of Donald Trump.
I mean, I think if if there was an open discussion of this or widespread discussion, he would be overwhelmingly repudiated by the vast majority of American voters. Now, fortunately, up to quite recently, unfortunately, the media was an enabler for Trump. Mm-hmm. But since the primaries have ended, the media ship of state has slowly turned, and now is quite hostile to them. And there is some recognition. I mean, as recently as June of this year, there was a psychological profile. This is what actually stimulated me to write my piece. There was a psychological profile that appeared in Atlantic, which said, although Trump's personality was extreme, it was just as likely that he would be a good president as a bad president. Never considered the possibilities that he might be mentally disturbed and suffering from clinically recognized, psychiatrically recognized personality disorders.
Right.
So it was, in my opinion, it was somewhat of a whitewash, and so I wanted to make a counterpoint to that because I knew something about these two particular personality disorders: narcissistic personality, antisocial.
Well, you did an absolutely great job, and I refer people to your piece over at HuffingtonPost.com, Donald Trump, Profile of a Sociopath. Daniel Berger. Daniel, thanks so much for being with us today.
Terrific. Thanks, Tom. Anytime.
Thank you, and thank you for your kind words. We'll be back 15 minutes past the hour.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.